Hey friends and lovers, I'm Top Elliott here. I just wanted to make a little video for you about boobies. Everybody loves boobies, and this is not about touching them. No, for reals, I watched a video by this woman named Christy Aphrodite, and I'm going to put a link to her channel right here. Check it out. She's pretty cool. I just came across it in my feed, and it was it's called Free the Boobies, and talking about going braless. And I know it seems like, oh, why are you interested? It's because you're a guy and you like boobies, and every guy likes boobies, of course. But maybe not. Maybe that's not actually true, because apparently in other cultures, breasts are not considered sex objects. They're just used for creation and feeding children. And so what I want to talk about in this video is breast cancer and going braless, and some of the brainwashing that we're getting with these pink ribbon campaigns and Walk for the Cure and all this kind of stuff. So I have a few points I'm going to talk about. I've written a few things down because I did a little bit of research. Not a terrible amount. The main purpose of this video is I want you to check out her video, and I'll post the video right there. She's got a couple on this topic of going braless. And what she talks about, what Christy talks about, is that after going braless, contrary to what we were all taught, especially women probably, but men are taught this too, her breasts actually lifted, and they didn't become more saggy. They became, they lifted up a little bit. And there's another girl she interviewed who also has gone braless for 5 years, and her breasts also lifted and became slightly fuller, which is really interesting. You know, you think, oh no, gravity is going to take them, and you're going to have saggy boobs. But if you think about it, the muscles on your chest don't get used when you wear bras all the time. And so they atrophy, and they don't have any strength to hold them up. So it only makes sense, and it's worth trying. It's worth checking out her videos. Don't take my word for it. I know I'm a dude. But I want to talk about a couple of things that I found out that are really interesting. And I've had a real sour taste in my mouth about this pink ribbon campaign for a long time. I know this might be a sensitive issue for women, because men hardly get breast cancer, but it does happen. Men can get breast cancer. But there's a book called Dress to Kill by Sidney Ross Singer and Soma Grismajor. And in this book, they have evidence that breast cancer is increased by wearing bras, because it cuts out the lymphatic flow. If you know anything about the lymphatic system, it doesn't have a pump. It's not like the lungs or the heart. It doesn't have its own pump. So you have to move your lymphatic fluids. So the lymph is like an invisible, a clear fluid that surrounds every cell, and it delivers nutrients to the cells, and it takes toxins away. So if you don't move your lymph, if you don't move your body physically, then you can't detoxify. And so it only makes sense that that the bra would cut off the flow of toxins coming out of your breasts, and create a buildup of toxins in your breasts, and possibly contribute to cancer. And they say cancer is caused from mutations, but what causes those mutations? If you learn anything about epigenetic control, you understand that the genes are not really responsible for cancer. The genes are an expression of the environment within which they're contained. And so if you have a toxic environment and the genes are in that environment, then they'll express in a certain way, and they might express pathogenically. So, good thing to check out is Christy Aphrodite's channel. Posting it there again, because I'm gonna just trying to pump her up, because she's right on, and get women to check out her site, because she's She's not some patchouli wearing hippie. She's a normal chick. She makes fun of the whole thing that, oh, you just think I'm some patchouli wearing hippie, and but she's just a woman, and she's trying to spread some information about women's health and try to liberate women, because you think about bras. Apparently, they were introduced for fashion purposes only, and then women have gotten used to them and think that they're supposed to wear them. But you think you're natural. You're not supposed to wear bras, just as much as we're not supposed to wear boxer shorts or underwear. Anyways, moving on. So, interesting things about this, the pink ribbon campaigns. There's a woman named Louise Brinton, and she is the chief of hormonal and reproductive epidemiology branch at the U.S. National Cancer Institute. Blah, blah, blah. And I found an article which I'll post below in the comments in the About section that shows that she does have conflict of interest. And so she was involved in the silicone breast implant studies, and saying that they were actually harmful, which I would say they probably are. And she's actually on the side of saying they're harmful. So I'm not saying that everything she says is bad, but she does have conflict of interest. And so she's proven that. She also flip-flopped on the abortion issue, and saying that she first said that abortion and contraceptives didn't cause increase in breast cancer, and then she switched her stance and said, okay, yeah, they do. And so you have to wonder, that's a pretty strong position to say, oh, no, it doesn't cause that, and then to switch over. And when it's been proven that abortion causes a 40% increase in breast cancer risk, and oral contraceptives, birth control pills, cause a 420% increase in breast cancer risk. And so, really interesting. And so I would say that there is a conspiracy against women. I say there's a conspiracy against all of us to have us become cancerous and enter in the medical establishment and go through chemotherapy and all these radiation and surgery, and because there's a lot of money that's made when you get cancer. And I've heard, I heard somewhere, or read somewhere that the medical establishment makes $800,000 off every person that goes through traditional cancer treatment. So there's a lot of money, and the National Breast Cancer Foundation provides free funding for, and this is from 2011. They provide free funding for mammograms, and that's really interesting because the studies show that mammograms cause increased cancer risk, breast cancer risk, 2% a year. So every year you go for a mammogram, you're increasing your breast cancer risk by 2%. Really interesting that they're giving them away for free. So you have to wonder, do they want me to get breast cancer? And I have a couple of statistics here that I want to share with you. 70 to 80% of all positive mammograms upon biopsy don't show any presence of cancer. So 70 to 80%, you go for mammograms and they say, oh, we found something, and then they do a biopsy which causes more harm to your breast tissue and stress to your body and your adrenals. And 70 to 80% of those are false positives. So what's the point? And then the other thing is they also have 40% false negatives. So 40% of the time when they say when you don't have any issues, you actually do. So they don't catch it anyway. So it's really a waste of time, and it's putting unnecessary radiation into your breast tissue. And it's also interesting, Dr. John Goffman estimates that 75% of breast cancer could be prevented by avoiding breast screening. There's been a 328% increase in breast cancer since screening was introduced. And also, if you have a breast exam, with a mammogram. It increases your risk of leukemia and birth defects to your unborn child. So there's really a lot of harm that can be done by these breast exams. The best thing you can do, by the way, is a self-breast exam. And everybody should go online. I'll put a link below because I've looked at these before. And you should do breast exams regularly yourself. And more importantly than that is breast massage. This is something that I don't think women generally feel comfortable doing. It's sort of, I think the breasts and the body are sort of, everybody thinks that the body is disgusting, and they don't think it's disgusting, but it's something that has to be hidden away. You have to wear a shirt, I know, and you shouldn't be showing your breasts. And I know in Ontario here, they passed a law about 15 years ago so that women really fought for it so that they could show their breasts and be topless, and nobody does it. And so it really goes to show how much women are uncomfortable showing their bodies and probably even touching their bodies. So it's something that people need to become more comfortable with. And so anywho, I'm going to end it there, and I'm just going to, I want to send you over to Christy's page, her YouTube page. Check out some of her videos. That's the whole purpose of me making this, was to kind of direct you guys over there and to some of the links below that I'm posting, and so that you can have more information. Because I want to tell you one more thing before I run, is I worked in a gift shop years ago, and I started to see, like, you see pink ribbons everywhere, and you just start to get this fishy notion, like, is this just for business? And we sold these Lolita wine glasses, plastic wine glasses, some of them. Some of them were glass. And there was one for breast cancer. It was with pink ribbons all over, breast cancer. And we all know that alcohol is poison. You get drunk because it's poison, and your body's trying to expel this poison. And you can die from alcohol poisoning. So obviously that's not going to be good for somebody with breast cancer. And it's obviously not a good idea to promote wine drinking and breast cancer in the same breath. So, and on the box for this particular wine glass, it also didn't say anywhere that the money was going to help raise awareness or studies for breast cancer. So it was purely for profit. And there's this woman, I don't even know what her name is, Susan G. Behind the pink ribbon, Susan G. Komen. She's involved in all of it. So cancer is a business, and don't get hoodwinked into it. Take your health into your own hands. Eat healthfully. I found something out today that even women, it's called ptosis, when your breasts start to sag, especially after giving birth. It's been found that most of the reason for that is because women eat unhealthy during their pregnancy, and it reduces their body's ability to maintain elastin in the tissues. And so it's really just about eating unhealthy, and women that actually ate healthfully didn't have these so much ptosis. So I love you. Check out Christy's videos. I think it's really interesting, and I think that even the fact that nipples are such a sexual thing in our culture is really interesting, and if you know how the mind works and how the unconscious mind works and the unenlightened mind, that it works based on scarcity, and what you don't see you want to see, and what you see you don't want to see, and it's all about craving and aversion. And so I love you, and take care of yourselves, and learn how to do breast massage, and do it every day. It takes you like a minute, and the other thing I'll mention quickly is that I watched a panel of breast experts a few years ago, and they all agreed that wearing wire bras causes breast cancer and causes retention of toxins, and also drinking coffee. And so they found that when women cut out coffee, that a lot of times the breast cancer went away. So it's something to consider. I love you. Have a good day. Peace, peace, peace.